I like your tie.
Yeah, I'm trying to compliment
which is
and wasn't even planned.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought it was scripted.
No.
Okay.
I think good. Now our telepathy and our intuition is
You know, it's always good to eat with people you like.
Yeah.
So you get your food digest better.
You know, I'm always looking forward to that introductory remark of yours.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. You know, all the time. You know, we should do a compilation of it.
Oh, really?
And we realize that every opening remark is something, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's important, you know, never eat with people you don't like. Don't drink with them as well. Because you are really not yourself. You are not really psyched, So that's the problem sometimes we get. We eat with too many people. So we should watch for that, you know. So.
Wow. All right, today we are discussing strong moral standards and structures and also endurance, you know, in children. Endurance sounds like a very big word for children.
Yes.
Yesterday on the show, we had a conversation during the home improvement segment where we're looking at child-proofing your homes, right? And in the course of the conversation, we realized that, you know, children are very inquisitive. They want to go way beyond the parameters set for them, right? And now we are talking about the other side of it, which is building endurance in them. So maybe we'll come to the moral aspect of the conversation, but let's just start with the endurance bit of it. When we say endurance in children, what are you referring to and why is it important?
Because life is not going to throw pebbles at you. Life is going to throw nasty rocks, and it's going to hit you every chance it gets. So it's important that you bring the child up that way. You know, you love your child. As a mother, you love your kids, and as a father, you love your kids. All of us here, including our technicians, we are potential murderers and killers. Because see how cool she looks? Yeah, let her have a baby and let her see that you are on the verge of taking that child's life. It will amaze you. She will do everything, am I right, to protect that child. She will kill to protect the child. So that thing should not be the ultimate. You must raise strong children because society is not soft. And society is not holding a candle to your child. It's a tough world out there. The only place your child enjoys the safety and the protection is within your range, your home, where you are and all that. But out there, it's a tough world over there, you know. And that is why you must put the discipline with the children as early as possible. That is why if it's possible, if you're not pregnant, if you're getting pregnant, you must know the kind of things you encourage to go on in your mind. That's why sometimes they will tell somebody, look, your wife came, her pressure is up, the diabetes, okay. And when they do that now, they will ask the woman, how is it with your husband? Are you going to work? What's going on in the workplace? Because they feel that your mental state affects you. What affects you will affect your child as well. So, yeah, so it's important, and that is why these things, putting up these strong children who will survive, is the reason why you start with them to listen. Like I said a few weeks ago, they must learn to listen. They must learn to sit and wait. It's part of the training. You don't have to just go. You know, look, when I was coming this morning, I was coming, so I said I'll hit through and climb Kokompe and take a turn. It has stopped. This guy is coming from Akraka area. It has stopped. Cars have stopped. He just flew through.
Wow.
Because it's not enough that you have green to go. You must ensure the guy who has the red has also stopped. Whatever happens, if there was an accident, chances are the one who has the right of way could get more injured, because in terms of velocity, this guy has built that momentum and is coming at maybe 70, 80, 90 miles per hour. You are just trying to keep with 15 kilometers. It's flying right into you. So it's not enough to have green to go. You must also be sure that red has stopped. And those are the things that we're talking about. Having the tough hide and the tough side. And then, look, you can't be a baby forever. You know, when I was a child, I spoke like a child, I thought like a child, I reasoned as a child. But when I became a man, see, became because it was processed. Not because you could have a seed that will impregnate a woman, or you can have a seed that can receive and you get pregnant or impregnate somebody. But you have to have the structures in place. So when I became a man, I put away the childish things. So you're going to have to grow, and the Bible talks about it in Isaiah chapter 40, verse 27, and it says that what? Mount up with wings. They'll mount up with wings as eagles. What will they do? They'll walk, they'll run and not be weary. They'll walk and not faint. There are levels and there are stages in God. So the same way there are stages in life. So we must teach them tough things. At a point, you have to let a child learn to start washing the socks. It will never be clean, but they are learning. They are playing with you. They are learning something. So you should teach them. You've seen clips on the internet of 5-year-old kids who are sewing. 6, they are sewing. That is somebody's hair. They're learning to cook. You see all these Chinese kids in their schools. Whilst we are doing 1x1 and all that, they're doing practicals. They're learning. So we must toughen them up. And it's agonizing, but life doesn't determine when your parents will die. It's not about age. So you have to train your children and be sure that as early as possible you prepare them for a life beyond you. If God is gracious enough and you're around them, praise the Lord. The life beyond you, that's what you have to do. First thing you need to do is put those structures in place for them. And look, nobody likes an indisciplined child. Yeah. No, look, there's nothing more lethal, more irritating than an untrained child, especially when the mom or dad is a key figure, an important person. You're in the office and kids come around and there's a particular person, when the kids are coming, you're like, oh no. But you have to keep up, be a British and keep up their appearances. So it's important to put in structures. Teach them this, teach them that. They have to learn to wash their cups. The maid is supposed to assist, not lead. So at a point, they have to learn to do some of these things. There are homes where one person will go and wash, but it's important to teach them. At a point, they may not need to do it, but they need to know how to do it. There's nothing more beautiful than having a house, a lady that says maybe a house help who does the cooking, who thinks that the girls in the house don't know how to cook. And then one fine day, she's not well, and then to a surprise, the girls in the house, they're schooling and all that, but they know how to do their job. So it's important to teach them because, look, here's the sad thing. Most of us go for maids and some of the house helps. And you know what? They benefit from us than our children. Because our children are Ivy Leagues kind of kids. We leave them, they don't do anything. This girl who comes, the first gravy, even a cat will not eat it. Her 10th gravy, and my dog will reject it. By the time she leaves, blindfolded, she'll cook better than all the qualities of your children put together, because she's the one doing the work. That's sad. You don't know. We don't think that's what we are doing, but we become repetition. So we are reinforcing. So she's learning how to do it. Sometimes we don't let our kids wash our cars, and then one day they wake up and there's something in the office. They say, "Oh, can you wash the boss's car?" And you know that this boy, Charlie. Because every boss who has somebody who tunes his car well will keep him on the job. So we need to teach children some of these things. And it starts with your room, keep your room clean. Teach them to do that. It doesn't mean every day. We are not perfect beings, but they need to know how to do it. They need to know that they can do this, they can do that. A time will come, you have to make sure they know. See, you don't assume your child knows how to brush because it's 10 years. Because even sometimes we get surprised at how they teach us to brush, even today. So we must teach people things. We mustn't assume age and time educates. It educates to a certain level, but it doesn't educate into certain areas as well. So you need to teach people right. Look, they even say there's a way you have to comb your hair. There's a way you don't do it anyhow. There's a way you have to do this and do that. I mean, fruit juice. Like those fruit juices, right? You know them. I don't want to call their name. But, like Don Simon and the other ones, series and all that. Okay. So, all my life, I pour it. Right. Then, I found out I was pouring it wrong.
You're pouring it wrong?
Yeah, because that's what everybody does. Yeah. Everywhere I've been to, serving all those so-called classic events and A1, service, they all do that. And I found out, the way. That's why the thing spills. When you take the full thing, there's a cork at the top. You notice it's never in the center. It's tilted a little bit to a certain side. So if it is here, if the opening is here, that's why we pour it this way. That's not how you pour it. you have to pour it this way so it will never spill. So there are things you learn in time. So let's understand the value of education. And we assume, so it's important when you get a house help, you don't assume, and that is one of the problems. A man learns your taste as the wife. He learns to eat what you eat. The lady are served in different homes, but when she's in your house, train her how to cook the way you want your husband to eat or your kids to eat.
Your messages are coming already. You know, people are wanting to find out more.
Okay,
so if you are watching right now and you want to send a message, you can do so via WhatsApp number 0204 033. No, and I think I got it wrong. 0204 447 033.
0204 447.
It's hard to remember a number even with a lady you like, you know. Very hard.
Back to our conversation.
I'm laughing so hard because I can't dispute that.
Oh yeah.
Back to our conversation. How do you build, these characters in children? Honesty,
values hold so much.
Yes.
One of the things that has lowered the quality of life is the way men have been put down in the society, and men have allowed it. That is one of the problems. To reverse it, we must give respect to men. Look, and I'm not undermining ladies. I've always been very close. Anybody who knows me, to my mom till she passed. And I'm a lady-oriented person, so I'm always for them. So if I speak fairly. You see, when I bring, it's good. God knows why it's a man and a woman who has to bring up a child. I don't dispute it. But we also know that sometimes the mother will not be there or the father will not be there. But ideally, both of them must play a role. Now, it should always go beyond the relationship the man and the wife are having. Things may be bad between them, but when it comes to the kids, they must have a united front about it. Why? Simple. Look, we need to understand that averagely, a woman's duty, a woman really will raise up, a mother will raise a daughter to be a woman. A mother, she will raise that daughter to be a woman, and she will raise the son to be an adult. That's what she can do. Pamper them, be tender. That is a feminine, that's her role. That's what she does best. Raise the daughter to be a woman and raise the son to be an adult. She's done a job. Make sure that they are good with their meals and everything, because they have to be healthy, So the more you know about cooking, what will help your children, know about their blood groups and all those things. Both of parents should know. But somebody holds one area more than the other. The mother holds those areas. So she raises the daughter to be a woman, raises the son to be an adult. That's a job. But the man has a job. You know what the job is? It's the duty of the father to turn that young woman, the young lady that the mother has made a woman. Is not the father's duty to turn her into a lady. That young guy, the mother has raised to be an adult. It's not the father's duty to turn that adult into a man. How do they do that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. It's very simple. The father is the one who puts in discipline. So that discipline is done over a period of time. The way your daughter sees you respond to how another lady, as she's growing up, the way she sees the father speak about somebody's dress code, the way she sees her father's posture about an elder or a senior person or a cousin, a niece or whatever, how she dresses, the way, without even talking to the daughter, the way he sees the father's discipline about those things, without sitting to teach her, she's being taught.
Right.
A few moments when he sees the father call the mother's attention that, pull your dress down because it's showing. So, oh, no, I said, check, so she's learning. So it's the father who turns, and then what? Maybe you're watching TV. It's like, what kind of foolish thing is this? How can this girl? I mean, has she got a father in the house? How can she be doing this? Talk about all those. Or sometimes when it's coming, when dad is coming home and she sees that mommy may be standing outside and says, hey, let's go inside, he's coming. So the father turns that woman into a lady with high profile morals. So is the father will turn that girl, that young woman, into a lady because she has discipline, she has courtesies. I have known ladies, and I'll tell you this: almost every time a lady, you are interested in a lady, and she's going to throw a question, it's never about the father. So it's never about the mother; it's about the father. Look, you check it, and he's laughing. You know why? He knows it's true. He knows. And this one is also laughing. He knows it's true. So the father's presence is key. So a lady's life, her character, her morals. She's a lady because she's a woman because from 13, 14 going, she's having a period. She's a female, her breast is coming up, but that's a woman. This is the father's training, the father's presence that will turn her into a lady. There are homes where the father is a drunkard, but the daughters will not misbehave. Because the 10 minutes of sanity, you get punished for it. So it's the father who will raise that woman into a lady and put a value. So in many ways too, when it's time to give out asu sika or whatever you call it, that should get a lot. No, that's the brother.
No, that's the brother.
Yeah, asu, the father should get more. So he will turn it. So if you are going to get a woman, check the level of a father in a life, and that should also determine how, so that you negotiate for the price. If you see that it's a high, the father has really look. It's not difficult. You can know how well the father has influenced the family, the daughter. So that is for the daughter, and then the son. The father puts in, trains that young adult the mother has raised. Is the father now who takes that young guy and turns that young adult into a man. How? By discipline. By teaching him to be very decisive. So he doesn't run through 1,000 girls. By teaching him to be very decisive and to have integrity in his structure, then he becomes a man. So the mother has that thing to feed them, position them physically, make sure they are fine and all that. When you are sick, you don't want your father. You yearn for your mom. So that is a role. So that is the role they have to play. So it's a very crucial issue when men are not at home. So, and in the same way, you lower the standards. I don't know whether you've heard this, but you lower the moral and ethical standards. In fact, a woman or a wife lowers the moral and ethical standards of her children, of her growing sons and daughters, when she belittles their father before them.
Let's take a breather here and just let it sink in. Then maybe you want to just repeat it again, that line again.
You see, well, I'm just saying. So let me say what I'm saying. I'm saying that whatever happens, understand this: that how a mother, or if you please, a wife, treats the father before the sons and the daughters, who she has turned, the daughters she has turned into women, and the sons she has turned into adults. How she deals with their father into their hearing and in their presence ultimately impacts on how they respond to him. So if your father is reinforcing a level and correcting them, that is why in the gun home, when the girl or the boy goes and creates a problem, the father will say, and when the family sits, when the child is off track, the man denies the child. Not in terms of being the biological father, but it denies and it disassociates himself from the behavior the child had, because he may have put in place or made effort to put in place actions and structures to prevent this. And so many times men you see, they'll handcuff a child, and the man is there with his fufu. He doesn't even blink because he saw it coming. And men see it coming. So God bless those women. No matter your issue with the father, because you guys are very emotional, separate it. Because that boy's future rests with the discipline. Knowing, look, we used to go and play, knowing that, you have to get home before 5. Because daddy will be home. You have not sinned, though. You have not stolen. You have not armed robbed. You were just not in the house. Why were you not in the house? Are you going to even explain? So it puts in some discipline that everybody, if it's Bernard, if it's Sam, everybody can work with you. So it is the duty, and it is important that the parents learn not to allow the differences to impact what they're doing with their kids, because it's the father who turned that lady. So look, any place, any lady, if you date a girl who has a father around, or in some cases, a fairly level-headed senior brother, you will see that they will hide you. The mother will get to know you. They can hide you from the father. They will hide you from some of the brothers. I mean, we know these things. You know, we do these things. You know,
I like the laughter in the studio. That means all the men know this.
Yeah, look, you call a lady and she's telling, no, can you come before 7? Because my father will be home by that time. You are not going to make love in her house. She doesn't want it to be seen. Yeah. And sometimes, you know, and I understand the mothers can be more accommodating because, you know, the tenderness must come, but the discipline will be there. You go into a home and you know, nobody tells you, you know that, Charlie, this girl, I better stop her because if I joke with this girl, this man, I'm in trouble. So I think the parental balance is key. You know, the parents must respect and let it be there. But, you know, it's difficult for the mothers, and it's the sentiment because like my boy, my son, you know, what I did with him was that by the time he was 11, 12, I was getting him, around that time, I would let him lock the door. And I have to do that without the mother knowing, because like, hey, her mother's baby, you know. So there are things you have to dodge and do. Though it's not bad, because they are sentimental, they are sons, and even the girls, sometimes you have to teach them something. Shall I go and carry this? Bring the water. You know, it's a mother's thing, but when the mother is not around, you send her to go and do it, and you hope she won't tell the mother, because they will query you. That is a job to protect and give them the tenderness, because they must be tender, otherwise they'll be very hard people. Without that soft touch, you have very bad guys. So the parents must balance and teach them, structure them, and all the training will be at home. If they have to do they must know what to do, so that if you are not around, they can manage their lives. And they must understand also, like I said, no, there is important too. One of the best things you can do to a child is no. It's not, you're not going to get it. You're not going to get it. I recall, I don't want to go back, but I remember, I can tell you friends who are very tough with their kids. I remember once Katie, Joe, we were having a chat, and one of the children got married or something, and he was talking about the fact one of the kids went and, you know, you have to prove that you can manage 2 cities. Otherwise, you are not seeing the 20 Ghana. Oh, no, you know.
But it's even scriptural. So the parable of is it a sower?
Yeah.
And the talents, those who hid it.
Yeah, didn't.
But those who multiplied.
So we must have those things, the discipline. People must know there are consequences for their actions. You know, sometimes you have to let the child get hurt. I mean, I know it's not nice, but that's the reality. Like on the ground, I mean, mufia fly away. So, you know, allow them to get it. You know, I would rather that you have that cut here than you have the, you know, on your finger than your hand getting chopped off. You need to know if you play with a knife, you're going to cut it.
We have a message here. It says, "Good morning once again. Please, I want Reverend Cephas to be my mentor. How do I get into contact with him?
There are better guys out there.
And I want him to reshape my life." That is a very deep and bold request. Well, so, Reverend, we'll get you in touch with this person.
You want I'm an imperfect guy, but I can give you ideas.
Reverend, what would you say are your non-negotiables when it comes to building character in children? Okay. So this is the one that can lead to divorce. You don't disrespect when a father disciplines a child. You don't disrespect that. You know, because at a point, you see, you have to be willing to be a bad guy at home to get your results. I mean, I don't mind. Look, me, I don't, you know, like, it used to worry me, but way back when I reskin my skin. I don't care if nobody likes me in the house. I don't care.
Dead goat syndrome?
Yeah. The one that can get you to win an election, but not the one that will let you lose. You know, but like, you know, because you see, it's about their care, it's about their future.
Right.
Look, I remember when, I'll tell you this, any day, anytime, because it reinforces what I said, I think around the first week or so, that I will always go for a self-controlled child and a child with this self-esteem. Yeah, I remember my boy had to go to, was at John Tay, CA, and one day I went there, and so I don't know what happened in the school, but the security guy came and told me, Daddy, I don't think he knows whether I'm a reverend, because I go with my jeans and my cap and all that, you know, like looking like a Rasta guy without the hair. And the guy said, I want to say something. I said, what is it? Oh, Daddy, your son, at that time the guy was now coming out. Yes. Because they may know before them, I can't go and discipline at home. I want to hear and then act. So I say, yes. What is it? Oh, Daddy, the boy's here. Then he said, your son, something happened, no, about twice. And the way he would speak, he spoke only to you. He said, no. He shows respect. But say, then he appeared. I said, CJ, what did you tell this man? You were rude to this man? Said, no. And I said, okay, I'm joking. He said, you've done well, so come shake me. You need to be firm with kids.
Wow.
You need to be strong about structures, about their discipline. And sometimes you have to let them know, when you are wrong, that you are not right. When you are wrong as a parent, you are not right because you're a parent.
Rev, we would have to end here. Some more messages.
Yeah, someone said we should continue.
Creative session. Please, it should be continued. So that's the request.
They want us to continue.
He says, my problem is with the Western culture. It's causing us more harm than good. Well, maybe we should do a part 2 of the conversation on moral structures.
Yeah, but take this. See, part of this also goes to the marriage, because I'm just winding up. Because you see, listen, sometimes there's a difference, in fact, all the time, there's a difference between a woman who wants to have a husband and a woman who wants to be a wife. They are not the same. The only difference is a woman. So there's a woman here who wants to have a husband. And then there's a woman who wants to be a wife.
Right.
So which are you? Because we say that the heart that manages the home. A house is built by the hands of a man with the blocks, but it becomes a home with a woman's heart. So if you go and marry a woman who wants to have a husband, and you have children with her, you have all kinds of funny things coming. But if you want go for a woman who wants to be a wife, the rules of engagement are totally different, because it's more easy to play and work with her than the other. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, so.
Wow.
Thank you so much, Reverend. Very, very insightful.
Oh, one more thing, please. Zab Mallet, I say hello to him. My Zab Mallet, and yesterday I having a chat with my old friend, my very good friend, Marco Krikomante, the deputy minister. I called him yesterday. I said, so for what? I said, no, you're in office. When you finish, then we are friends. I don't want to come, because the things I want, if I come here, I'll take all your everything. So when you finish, talk. Greetings to Mark and Zab. Very good friend. We go back years,
Zab was in a cracker too.
Yeah, my classmate, very troublesome. Wow. Imagine, but he was taller than me.
Maybe one day we should talk about the talent pool of Accra Academy.
It's supreme.
Yeah.
Definitely not on Sunday breakfast.
No, because the colors of this show is actually Accra Academy colors.
So, it's an Accra channel.
On that note, we'll be right back. Don't go away.